life framework areas and their interactions. Are you using them to supersize and grow your business? Sharon, Horne-Ellstrom here. One of my favorite topics. We talk about it every month in our annual challenge. And this year I'm bringing all of that into our Supersize Your Business group. The 9 life framework areas that I use, teach, share, and have been doing it for, I think, a couple decades now are physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, and contribution. And then in 2021, I added communication and confidence, which we just talked about these last 2 months. And once a month, we take a day to stop and think and reflect on what impact does this area and aspect of our life and have on all the other areas and aspects of our life. So this month, we're focusing on relationships. And we ask ourselves, what impact does that have on our physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, other relationships, contribution, confidence, and communication? What impact do our relationships have on each of these different areas? So what I like to do, I'm going to show you, I do this in my Supersize Your Business notebook. I have a notebook every day where I take notes and I take an action to grow and build and supersize my business every day. Just like in the annual challenge, I have my handy dandy annual journal where I do the action item right alongside everybody else who's participating in the challenges. Why? Because I want to be better every day. I want to do something every day to be a better human being and a better version of myself. And so I'm going to do it right along with everyone else. So what I do is in this one, I just put the initials. And as I go about my day, I think about, okay, what impact do my relationships have on my physical well-being? What impact does my physical well-being have on my relationships? And if I have any epiphanies, any ahas, I jot them down. Why? Because the better I know myself, the better I know my business. And we can do this with respect to our business and ourselves, right? Physically, where are we located? What are we doing? What impact does that have on our relationships? Do we need to ask bigger questions? Like, do we need to have little pilot sites in different physical locations? Nowadays with the internet, you can be in one place and interact everywhere in the world, right? It's kind of awesome. Can be overwhelming, but it's awesome. We get to pick and choose and find the people we're here to serve all over the world. Pretty fantastic, right? So physically, what's the interaction between relationships and physical location or physical health or physical well-being for our business and our life? What is the impact on our mental well-being, our mindset with respect to relationships that we're in or not in? Maybe we're struggling, and this leads to what we're going to jump into tomorrow. We're going to pick a topic and pick an area we're actually going to pick one relationship, and we're going to add our ideas process to it. We've done it for communication and confidence the previous 2 months, and we're going to do it this month. And we're going to do it for each of the different areas. We're going to pick one goal or one challenge relationship that we want to improve, for sure by the end of this year. But as quickly as possible is how I frame my goals when I'm setting them, or my challenges when I'm facing them. I don't want to have a problem very long. I want to find ways to fix it. I want to be doing things to fix it on a continuous basis until it feels good again, right? We all have relationships that come and go in and out of our life, and we have to decide the ones that are important to us. How are we going to nourish and maintain those relationships versus the ones that some people come into our life for a reason or a season. Some people come into our business for a reason or a season. Maybe they're to challenge our teamwork and leadership ability. I've had a few people like that came into my life. Maybe they're to challenge us to find multiple suppliers or vendors for key ingredients or key components or key inputs to our businesses. I found that in the Italian food manufacturing business as well. One of my vendors committed suicide, and his business was sold by his wife to a foreign entity that in about 2 months stripped all the money out of it and then shut the business down. So we were scrambling to find different suppliers. We had backup ones, but we had kind of let them fall by the wayside because we were so dependent on this one vendor and supplier. Big lesson learned. So that's a relationship, right? We got to be looking at these things and then be aware to strengthen our business. And that gives us a competitive advantage, because I can guarantee probably 99.9% of your competitors, however you define that, probably aren't going to do this, right? They're not going to sit down and reflect on what interactions are actually happening with the relationships in their business. They're probably not even going to think about their relationship with their customers. So if you just pick that one thing and apply this exercise to it today, that could be a huge competitive advantage for you and your business and help you to supersize, grow, and create the business that you want. All right. Any questions about this? Please ask. Again, it's one of my favorite tools. I like to share my favorite tools, my very favorite tools every month so that we can practice them in different areas and aspects of our business and then make sure that we've got them in our toolbox so that when we need them, we can pull them out and use them because that makes life much more efficient and much easier. All right. Have an awesome day. And I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.